Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first walkthrough of a Soul Tracker. And most of my walkthroughs are going to be going on GameAnyone.com. So if you check out www.gameanyone.com, you'll find me and my walkthroughs, and with most of the time full commentary. Unless I otherwise state it, full commentary will follow right along with my walkthroughs. First walkthrough being, of course, the brilliant video game that was created in 1987 called Jaws. And essentially this game was invented a long time, actually, before the original movie came out. This was, movie originally came out in the late 70s. But this one came out 10 years later, approximately about the same time that Jaws The Revenge came out, which is the first one. Let's get started. Get ready. Lives, 3 lives. And as you can see, it's, of course it's an 8-bit system. And it tells you you've hit something, and as I'm seeing myself walking around here, or swimming, I should say, walking around in the water, yeah, that's pretty fucking brilliant. And I'm just shooting that shit here. Now these things that you see here are jellyfish and stingrays. The stingrays are pretty big. When I was actually playing through this, I found myself thinking, man, those things are kick-ass. They can probably swallow you whole by the size of them, but yeah, they're pretty brilliant. You'll notice there's a score in the bottom left corner of the screen there. That's when games back then in 1987 were, especially home games, as well as arcade. They jumped right from arcades to home consoles, and Nintendo was the first one to sort of come out that I sort of had a chance to play and buy and stuff like that. But this is running off an emulator account. This is, I think it's not Nesticle, because Nesticle is older, but anyway. It's neither here nor there. But the things that you see coming out of those, well, the jellyfish and stingrays, that's, well, for instance, stars, those just give you points. Those jellyfish will sometimes, and the stingrays will sometimes drop conch shells, and as you can see, it says shells at the bottom there, 03. That's actually, once you accumulate enough shells, you're able to power up your boat and your ammunition. And you also can follow Jaws through the water by a monitor, a heart monitor or something like that, that you sort of attach to Jaws. And there's a bonus scene, which is gives you a chance to get more shells. So as you can see, I'm just flying the plane here. Just drop some kind of fucking bombs there to destroy the jellyfish, and they give you points. But the more amount of jellyfish that you hit in the bonus scene, the higher amount of shells you can get in return. And as you can see here, hits, that basically translates to how many jellyfish you hit. And Jaws' power at the bottom right there, that's very, very hard to get down unless you've powered up your boat, which you'll see later on. I mean, there's not much to this game, to be honest with you. It's a pretty basic game, and I didn't really like it when it first came out because I had a hard time finding out how to lower that power, Jaws' power. And I realized that you have to go from port to port, and that's the way, and with the cost of shells, see, number of hits, 22, bonus shells collected, 7. That's, as I tell, there's different ports here. You go into another port, and as you can see, Jaws was just after me there. You know, track Jaws with the transceiver or receiver there. And essentially, this is all you do in the entire game. As you collect shells, you kill the jellyfish, you kill the stingrays, and there are going to be smaller sharks that I thought originally were Jaws, but when the big shark appears, you'll see. It's actually quite big. But still, in relation to the size of you, it's quite, well, I mean, I guess the size is about accurate to the movie size of the shark. But LJN was the publisher of this game, and I'm just going to talk to you about different things here because really there is no... And those crabs that you see floating around there, those are designed to make you go faster when you're in the water as the diver. And as you can see, the heart monitor is actually working. And this is the first port, where it says power 1. See, power level raised? With the cost of shells, you've raised your power to power 2. This actually means that when you're underwater as the diver, you can actually destroy Jaws' power a lot faster. And as you can see, there was no interruption there to get to the other port. The second port, and then power level raised again to power 3. And I'm just going around. And then there's one other thing that I wanted to mention about this game is there's a hidden submarine somewhere that once you get enough shells and enough power levels, you can actually find a submarine that will also give you a second chance if you get hit underwater. But essentially, if you get hit once as the diver, you're dead. So, actually, when I first started recording this video today, I had a hard time playing the game all the way through without dying. And I wanted a complete walkthrough that was seamless without dying, and I was able to do it in 13 minutes. So you'll see it won't take me that long to complete. But that's Jaws there. Yeah. That's fun. So yeah, it's pretty cool. He slows down a little bit when you hit him. The thing I didn't like about this game also is that you disappeared whenever too many things were on the screen, which is classic Nintendo 8-bit fallibility, you know. And as you can see, I'm still trying to collect shells. But essentially, I'll talk to you a little bit about myself because it's going to take some time. Is that, as you can see, the power is whittling down. As you see, Jaws' power is whittling down. So I'm just trying to hit him where I can purposely kill him. And as you can see, there's shallower water. This gets dangerous when you actually start seeing a ton of jellyfish coming up to the surface like that. You have to dodge very delicately around, and sometimes it's harder than others. The trick, though, is as you can tell, the shark can't hit me when I'm all the way up to the top of the water, so that's a safe zone, which is very funny. But it's a glitch, I guess, that the programmers of the game didn't really think about when they made the game. And yeah, it's easy. Those things you can't dodge. So when they're at the top of the water, you have to dodge those smaller sharks. And another bonus. So essentially, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. Born and raised in Sudbury, Ontario, and I moved to Toronto in 2002 to pursue a acting career. So far, it's been pretty good to me. I mean, you know, nothing world-renowned yet, but you know, I'm doing a lot of children's theater right now, which is very cool. It's a little bit of a strain on my relationship, but I have a very strong bond with my girlfriend. And I love her very, very much. I don't have any problem saying that on these videos. I think she's amazing, the best ever. But yeah, I'm very, very happy with her, and I hope things work out. But essentially, yeah, I moved in 2002 to Toronto, the big city, because Sudbury is very small. And I pursued acting as an actual career. So I went and did a year. As soon as I got here in 2002, I did a year as an extra on film sets and productions and stuff like that. For commercials and that. And then after the extra stuff was done, I basically said to myself, I want to pursue acting in the foreground as opposed to the background. So I did some schooling at Humber College for acting for film and TV. I graduated that in 2 years' time. So graduated in 2004 or 2005 at the end of 2004, and essentially I did a year off, got an agent in Toronto that is a very good agent. I'm still with the same company, but the agency has changed hands. Not that you guys care about that, but essentially, yeah, I've been with the same agency for I would say about 7 years now, and I've been lucky because I've been choosing to go to school more so than pursuing acting right now because I wanted to get my degree. For various reasons, one being I wanted to teach the dramatic arts and theater at one point in my life, and I think I'll be pursuing that soon, very soon. But really what ultimately makes me tick is human interaction and human storytelling, the drama between humans, and this can go back for years, thousands and thousands of years, ever since, you know, there's been written history and recorded history. We know that we've been attracted to the prospect of our relationship with each other, our relationship with our gods, and all that kind of stuff, and it just really interests me. I'm in the middle of writing an adaptation of the Divine Comedy written by Dante. So anyway, look that up if you want to. If not, don't worry about it. So now we'll come back to this here. Yeah, I also did 4 years. I'm a Ryerson University's graduate from Toronto in theater performance and acting. And I've been doing it ever since. I got pulled to do a Blythe Theatre Festival, which is a pretty big theatre festival. Small in relation to entire Canadian theatre in terms of its independent theatre companies and stuff like that, but still, renowned Canada-wide. Blythe is very good, and they hired me to do their season last summer, and I did that, and it was great. But as you can tell, I'm raising my power levels here, and there's not much else to this game. That's the only reason I'm talking about myself right now. But other games, you have no worries. I'll be sticking to the subject matter at hand. Also, I might let you know ahead of time, too, that any cutscenes that will come in games and anything that is story-driven, I will not be talking during those moments. I use Fraps as my video editor for my video games as well, my video game walkthroughs, and I use Audacity. Well, I will be using Audacity, but for simpler games like this, I can just use my standard audio recorder on my laptop, and it seems to be working fine. The volume doesn't seem to be troublesome for me or anything like that. But with Movie Maker is what I use to edit my films, and I just post them up on YouTube, GameAnyone.com, and the higher the subscribers, the better I am, guys. So if you have anything that you'd like me to play, I'd like to restrict myself to Nintendo as well as Super Nintendo right now. And as you can see right now, I'm just going to interact with this game here, because as you can tell, it's over. So it's as simple as that. Essentially, the shark, you have 3 chances to hit the shark as he rises up. You have to press a button to make him rise, and then you stab him with the front of his ship, your ship, and then that's it. And that's the end of it. It took me forever to do that, and once I found out how to do it, it was easier and it got easier and easier. So that is, ladies and gentlemen, Jaws for the Nintendo Entertainment System. 13 minutes long. Didn't take me long at all. I wanted this to be my first game, seeing as how I was able to cut and edit everything in one fell swoop. So I hope you enjoyed it. I won't be doing any kind of divulging information about myself that much in future games. I just wanted to give you a little bit of an intro to myself. But now that you know a little bit about myself, I won't be talking as much about myself. So yay, it'll be fucking awesome! More video games as opposed to more Soul Tracker. But other than that, folks, I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe if you did. And please pass on the word that fellow urban thespian such as myself would love to have your subscription for my hobby, which is video games as well. So, subscribe. Thank you very much, guys, and take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.